Hi, David Mould here. Why did I travel to Iran at a time when US warships and bombers were just off the coast of Iran and when war seemed almost inevitable? In our trailer, Shushan, we explained why. We wanted to explore the prophecy of Daniel 9:25, which was given in Iran. Did you get that? This biblical prophecy didn't come from Bethlehem or Jericho or Jerusalem. It came from Iran. Daniel 9:25 was given to the prophet while he was a captive in Iran or biblical Persia. Friend, Iran is a place of tremendous significance to anyone with a love of biblical history. Here the prophet Daniel received visions from God. Here the angel Gabriel interpreted them for him. Here Esther and Mordecai lived and are buried. I think it would be of value for God's people around the globe to be able to see these places, don't you? Even if they can't travel here for themselves, as I just did, it would be good to see these places, to gain an appreciation, for example, of just where Daniel was when the angel Gabriel, under the authority of God, showed up with predictions of coming events. Events that were to unfold sometimes hundreds, sometimes thousands of years in the future. There are places in Iran, the relics of ancient palaces, for example, in Shush and Persepolis, and tombs like that of Cyrus the Great in Pasargad, that speak to us of an ancient past that I believe will soon be as relevant to you as your evening news. Places that contain footage we needed to capture before, God forbid, before the ravages of war reduced them to ashes. That's why I went when I did. But there was something else. Iran was in our sights because, quite simply, war is horrible. Something had to be done to try and stop the next one. Whether Muslim deaths or the deaths of US and allied troops, the prospects of war were too unbearable for me to merely turn a blind eye and continue living a life of relative ease, especially when I know God has given this world something that would make an impact here. This child could easily have been from any of the warring countries in the Middle East, Syria, Afghanistan, or even Yemen. But I simply had to go to Iran, where the next war could literally break out even before we've completed this report. In retrospect, I'm so glad I went. To begin with, from Tehran to Shiraz, Shiraz to Awaz, Awaz to Mashhad, and from Mashhad to Hamadan, I found the Iranian people incredibly friendly, anxious to display their hospitality and show off their homeland. Contrary to what I was led to expect, not everybody was reticent to have their picture taken or to speak on camera. I don't think there's anybody we asked if we could take a picture with them, or whom we asked to say something on camera, who said no. In fact, some were asking us if they could take pictures with us. But let me show you what I mean about their willingness to take pictures with us. Let's begin with Awaz. I and our Iranian team of 2 had just landed. We hadn't even gone to our hotel, but stopped on the street to buy falafel. Look at him. The man making the falafel seems quite comfortable on camera, doesn't he? So do these 3 ladies. This wasn't an isolated instance either. I'd get the shock of my life a day or 2 later from another group of women. Though officially illegal, but widely ignored, these we saw openly smoking their pipe. It's called a gelyun, outside the tomb of Omar Khayyam in Nishapur. Once they heard I was Jamaican, one pounced on the unfortunate stereotype and made some rather humorous remarks about Jamaican marijuana that suggested I should automatically have known something about the plant. But that's not our focus today. I think you get the point. These were not closed-minded women, but women who were quite liberal in their thinking. And by the way, lest you misinterpret what's being said here, I'm not condoning smoking marijuana at all. In fact, I think worldwide people are killing themselves and frying more than their brains with this weed. But this encounter at Nishapur did lead me to question, was this really Iran? I didn't even know women smoked in Iran.